Welcome back. We are going to continue looking at unknowns on both sides with brackets this time. The first slide is a very quick recap on how to expand brackets. Pause the video and have a go with these, and then I'm going to show you the answers, and then we're going to be ready to solve. Okay, so in this case, we are distributing. We're using the distributive law to do 8 lots of y plus 1, which is the same as 8 lots of y plus 8 lots of 1, which is 8. Second question, 2 lots of a plus 16 just means 2 lots of a plus 2 lots of 16, which is 32. Question 3, 5 lots of v plus 2. So that's going to be 5 lots of v plus 5 lots of 2, which is 10. And then finally, we've got a negative here. Just be careful with that. 5 lots of 2x is 10x. And 5 lots of negative 5 is negative 25. Okay, that was a very quick warm up here, and we're going to start looking straight at the questions. So what you'll notice is, first of all, on these equations, we have unknowns on both sides. So we've got variables, and there's 2 separate questions here. I want you to see if you can spot anything else about these numbers, especially the numbers which are outside the brackets, the 8, 2, and then for the other question, the 5 and the 2. So have a think about what you notice, and then I'll go through this. Okay, so I may have given away some of this just because it's a video and I have no idea what you're actually doing. What I would say is the thing that's the same, well, you've got brackets on both sides. So that's something I've noticed. The other thing I've noticed is the thing inside the brackets is the same. So that's what's similar. The thing that's different is quite subtle. We've obviously got numbers outside the brackets, but in this case here, the first question, the 2 is a factor of 8. 2 is not a factor of 5. So that's just going to be something important to consider when you're solving more advanced equations like this. So let's look at how we can solve such an equation. For the first method, I'm going to decide to divide. Because 2 is a factor of 8, I can do that. So I'm going to do the following. I'm going to divide the whole thing by 2. And I have to do the same thing on that side as well. So then I'm left with 4, because 8 divided by 2 is 4, brackets a plus 1 is equal to, and then 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that cancels out, or it just gives you 1, is equal to a plus 16. Now I could keep the brackets in here, but they won't make a difference because there's a 1 on the outside, so it's just a plus 16. Step 2, I need to isolate a, because that's the whole point, is we want to solve this. So I'm going to expand the bracket. So this becomes 4 lots of a plus 4 lots of 1 is equal to a plus 16. This question is now just like the previous questions that we've been doing in previous videos in this playlist. So we're just going to solve it as normal. We're going to find the smallest unknown. So in this case, it's 1a. So the 0 pair for that would be minus 1a, minus 1a. And that would give us 3a plus 4 equals 16. We're then going to take away 4 from both sides. So that gives us 3a equals, that should say 4, not 14. So 3a equals 16 minus 4 is 12. And then we're going to divide by 3, so a is equal to 4. So first strategy is we can divide rather than expand brackets. And this will just depend on the question, so you just have to keep an eye out for this. With practice, you will get that. You'll become better at deciding. The second question, now if I divide by 2 both sides, I'm going to end up with 5 over 2 times a plus 1. That's not particularly helpful. I don't really want to deal with messy fractions. I'm allowed to do that mathematically, but it's not going to be the best method. So in this case, we're just going to expand and then we're going to solve it. So the second method, let's do that. So 5 lots of A is 5A, 5 lots of 1 is 5, is equal to 2 lots of A is 2A, and 2 lots of 16 is 32. Now we're just going to solve it as before. This is the same types of questions you had in the previous video. So the least unknown is 2A. So we're going to take away 2A, make that a 0 pair, take away 2A. This becomes 5 take away 2 is 3A, plus 5 equals, that's a 0 pair, positive 32. I'm now going to take away 5 from both sides. So 3A equals 27. And then we're going to divide by 3, divide by 3. Now 3 happens to go into 27, it's a factor. Otherwise, if it wasn't, you leave it as a fraction. So in this case, however, it's just going to be A is equal to 9. So just to summarize, 2 potential methods as your first step. Either you can divide or you can expand. Expansion always, generally speaking, works. Division, of course, it always does work, but it can sometimes make the question harder. If, for example, 2 was not a factor of 8, that would not be a nicer question to do. Both methods are equally fine, but I would say one's slightly more efficient. Here is an exercise for you to practice. I'm going to show you the answers in a few seconds. Make sure you've had a go with all of the questions. Really crucial that you are very good with expanding brackets and then rearranging and solving. So here are your answers. There's some working out for most of these. Pause the video and check your answers. Okay, I hope that was useful. I'm going to see you in the next video where we're going to be looking at worded questions with unknowns on both sides. Smash the like button. Hope that was fun.